So Kelvin had not pressed record and we were already saying hi. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi guys.
So today we are at a very special place with a very special somebody. We are here at the Hare Krishna Temple in Durban.
Chatsworth.
In Chatsworth.
Chatsworth.
Yes. And we've been touring the temple and getting to know a bit about the temple itself, the history of Chatsworth, and a bit about the Hindu culture. And our tour guide for the day has been the lovely Tamryn. I know the people that were in our PC4W class for 2018 definitely know Tamryn, and so she's been kind enough to show us the place. Say hi.
Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual tour of Chatsworth. Most of you know that Zimbabwe is my soul country, but in my soul country, is my soul city, which is Chatsworth. Don't ask me how Zimbabwe and Chatsworth are related, but it's definitely there, and it's such an honor to have Z and Calvin through my hometown, through my parents' hometown, through my grandparents' hometown. And as you know, as Z has just said, we've just stopped at the Hare Krishna temple. We had Bombay Crush and Puri Pata downstairs, and
don't ask me what it was.
My
nice.
palates, guys, my palates are becoming sophisticated. I could taste and feel and smell the spices in the drink.
Lots of barber shops open on the side, in people's garages and stuff. They have long hours. They are Indian nationals, sometimes Pakistan nationals, and they really do good like haircuts and shaving and even women's threading and stuff. So it's quite a big demand for that.
No, that crazy.
Boom!
We just finished with our tour of Chatsworth. Like when you saw earlier, we were at the temple when we introduced Tam, and we were telling you we were in Dabs. So we're now at Tam's. Is it maternal or paternal?
Paternal.
So we're at her paternal grandma's house
in Havenside, Chatsworth.
Yes. And then we just decided to have a sit down and to talk about intercultural, interracial friendships. As you can see, Uyaka.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's like abracadabra.
Okay, I learned something new today.
I think it was in one of those like movies I watched, like old. Anyway, so we're talking about intercultural friendships, and I think it was brought about, with something that Tam said when we were doing the tour, that not a lot of people in terms of cultural, right, are open to exploring cultures outside of their own culture.
I mean, if I could just tell you, like, when we walked through the market today, everybody had their eyes on us, because it was not a very common sight to see an Indian girl just so traditionally with two black friends walking through a market. And I think that's something that worries me about South Africa, is that even though we're so many years into democracy, even though Indians have been in South Africa for so many years, more than 150 years, there is still such a huge divide between white, Indian, black and colored.
Yeah. So I think like one of the things that that touched me today as we were going through all the like temples and just going through and talking was how there's so much similarity.
Yes.
You know, there's so much similarity different. But I want to ask one thing, and obviously I'll try to answer it as well from like speaking from my background. But I'll ask you this, like, what do you think is one of the difficult one of the barriers that causes people not to interact, and like friendships in terms of having friendships and people like just keep to
I think if I can just sort of alter your question a little bit, it's we hang out with people that we know are similar to us. So we hang out with people from the same school because we have something in common. We hang out with people from the temple because we have something in common. We hang out with people who look like us but because we have something in common. But I think being a global shaper has completely rewired how I think. That I could have, you are from a different race, a different religion, a different country, everything. But we have so much in common. We both like entrepreneurship and we both like Africa and social enterprises and women development and all of that. So once we take away what on the exterior of friendships, that we have to be the same passport or the same hairstyle or the same nose structure, we can take away those things about friendship and just see a person first. That's one of the ways that we can connect and see actually we're more similar than we are different.
Yeah, we were talking about like connections, like human connections. At the end of the day, I believe that like the human soul is sort of like looking for that connection, and that connection can happen with Indians. It can happen with like Africans. Like that's what she's like. Her soul country is Zimbabwe, by the way. So
I wrote an article lately, and it said the reasons why a human connection is like a new song. I mean, some of my friends played Ja Praiser for me. I did not know a single lyric from that song, but how much I love that song so much. And there's no telling why you will love
and how like a lot of Zimbabweans love Zero, guys.
Yes, and you can ask me about
Zero people.
See, now this is real life Zero.
Like my Zero people.
And Calvin, I hope that you zoom into my dot 5 or 6 times. You know that
Zero, guys.
That
Zero,
is Zero.
Zero.
That is I said a human connection is like a new song, and you may make a phrase. You may say a phrase, and I may not know the exact translation for it or how to use it in a context. But the fact is, you're special to me, and you said it. That is why I love it so much.
True.
So I think that's why a human connection is like liking a new song, and you can't tell if you're going to like that song or if you're going to dislike that song. You kind of like it or you don't, and it goes for people too. There are people in the world that we just don't like, and I think that's okay.
That's okay.
You know.
And I like I said the other time, I don't think it's necessarily that you don't like them. You know, it's like when someone is walking down the street and you don't know them. It's not like you don't like them or you like them or anything. They're just passing. So it's the same thing. Sometimes you don't have a connection with someone. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like them, but it's just that human connection between you and them is not there, and it's all right.
And I can tell you, this is sort of off topic but sort of related to all of this, is we don't know about the rest of Africa. If I go to a random child and ask him, where's Orlando? He's definitely going to tell me the USA. If I ask a random child, where's Arusha? He's going to look at me like, who's that? And it's not even a bad thing or a good thing. It's just that we don't know.
We don't know.
For me, I was so fascinated by meeting people from Zambia or Namibia or Botswana or Zimbabwe. I was like, oh my God, like we're so similar but we're so far away. And I never learned. The only 2 things I knew about Zimbabwe was your president, Robert Mugabe, and Victoria Falls.
Obviously.
I didn't know that there was more to Zimbabwe than those two things. Similarly, with South Africa, when I travel, people look at me like, oh, which part of India are you from?
And then you're like,
I'm South African.
And then like, what's that here that you're South African is probably asking?
Nelson Mandela, Waka Waka, or in the recent times, load shedding. Let's be fair.
Yeah. Like, this is funny. I think I was in the middle of Europe, like at Times Square.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy.
Casual drop.
He was like a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was Ghanaian or Nigerian or something like that. And
somewhere that makes jollof rice.
Yeah. And then he stops me and another friend of mine that I was with, and they're like, oh, you guys are speaking, that sounds like Shona.
Oh wow.
And you guys from Zimbabwe. And then we're like, yes, this is Housewoman Mugabe.
It's like, he's cool. I saw him last week.
Yeah, like we just had dinner. We just had dinner a few days ago. Like it's funny how I think for me, traveling has kind of like opened that door to say it's okay. You know, it's okay to interact. One, it's also okay to really have that connection we're talking about with people outside of your comfort zone. And also, it's okay not to be friends with some of the people within your comfort zone, obviously. And then it's okay to want those friendships. And I think like sometimes in our communities, people make it so difficult for a person who's that open-minded to say, I want to be friends with this person. I want to be friends with a Christian person. I want to be friends with this person, not because they're Christian or anything, but because like we just connect. And people make it so difficult. Like people around us make it so difficult.
At the end of last year, I spoke to my parents and a few friends around me, and I was like, so what do you guys want more for 2020? You know, because I made like an affirmation in my mind 2 years ago that 2018 needs to be lots of adventure and mountains and sunset and all of these crazy things. And you know what? 2018 was exactly that and more. 2019, I wanted more stability, more grounding, more family, more structure, and it was exactly that. And for 2020, I want a bit of balance of both. So I've done like 2 extremes of the years, and I want both. So I went to my family and I was like, as a family, what are we doing more? And I said, I have a suggestion of what we can do a little bit more. It's hang out with families who are different to us. Because if you look at an audit of all our friendships, all the families that we hang out with are exactly like us. The kids, we all went to the same schools, or we all had the same education, or we all had the same careers or parents. It's all the same. We have majority South Indian friends. So I mean, well, let's not even talk about friends who are black, or friends who are Ghanaian, or friends who are American. We have friends who are within our language barrier, you know. So I said, guys, let's be more intentional of making friends with people who are not just like us. And I even told some of my friends, and I said, guys, go on dates with people who are different to you. I'm not saying go and get married to them tomorrow morning. I'm just saying, go out, go and have coffee. Don't even make it a romantic date. Go and have coffee. Learn about someone who's different to you, and be. And I think it's an awe feeling, an awe-inspiring feeling.
And it opens you up. I think truly it opens you up to being understanding. I think one of the things that friendships with different sorts of people have done for me is I think I'm more understanding. There's a word I don't like, which is tolerance.
You don't like tolerance?
I don't like. No, it's not that I don't like tolerance, but I'm a person that loves to be around people that. You know, when you tolerate someone, it's just they're there. They're there, and there's nothing you can do about it. I want like getting to know other cultures and other people, and getting to learn what makes other people happy, what makes other people who they are, like intrinsically who they are, like in terms of the whole, like what's their spirituality like, what's their family background like, what's the culture that makes who they are. What it makes you is more understanding. It then becomes less tolerance and more understanding.
And more you grow to love the culture. Yeah. Like so you guys were discussing lobola preparations. Yeah. I may never have that in my life, but just the fact that how you guys were speaking about it, the enthusiasm that came through, bringing your culture, making your culture yours, you know, hearing that made me so excited about it, you know. So
I think that was an interesting conversation. As you can see, we girls can talk.
We need more time, actually.
We do, yeah. So do let us know below in the comment sections what you guys think about interracial friendships and like interracial connections. If there's anything that touched you in anything that we talked about, please leave a comment below. And please make sure to follow us as well, eh? Follow Tamryn. She's on Instagram. She can tell her handle.
It's at Tamryn Iyer, I think.
It's a Tamryn Iyer. I know it's a Tamryn Iyer. Yeah. And then you guys can follow as well at zeenkev.